Friends, Brian here once again for Be Better Personal Training, your personal training service in the Pontiac area, servicing Fort-Coulonge, Shawville, Campbell's Bay, Bryson, Portage-Du-Fort, Ile Du Grand Calumet. Again, this is an example of stuff we talk about more in detail on my online support group. So every paying client is part of my online support group where they have other motivated individuals who are clients of mine, talking, interacting. We have tips on hormonal optimization, training tips, supplement tips, a lot of recipes, because women like the recipes when they're dieting. I'm a man, I can eat the same thing over and over. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so this is going to give you a little bit of insight, again, to help with all the mass confusion that's out there. I've talked to many people, and it's just like, oh my God, it's so crazy how people, they just don't understand. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about estrogen. Okay? So I'm going to talk about estrogen, but I'm going to talk about it more so with aging men, middle-aged men, okay? So estrogen is a very important hormone, okay? Of course, we always say we want testosterone, not estrogen, but we need some estrogen, okay? For our joint health, for our mood, and for our sex drive, right? If a man was on a medication to basically cut off all his estrogen, he wouldn't have a sex drive, okay? So estrogen is very important, but it has to be in the right ranges, okay? If it gets too high, it can cause a lot of problems and a lot of hormonal disruption. So when we have fat, okay, a lot of you guys, ladies too, but a lot of men notice when we start getting older, we get that fat around our midsection. So when we have fat around our midsection, we have an enzyme called aromatase. Okay. Now this enzyme is very, very nasty. What this does is it takes your testosterone and converts it to estrogen. So as a man's aging, there's a lot of stuff going on. His testosterone and growth hormone levels are coming down, but because of this process, his estrogen is going up. So now that's promoting more fat. It's affecting his mood. He's probably noticed this from year after year, he's in this vicious cycle of more fat going around his midsection. So what do we do to help a man with this? Once again, resistance training. Again, I'm sorry if I seem annoyed, but I just hear, for decades, I've heard the same crazy stuff from people. They just don't understand. I don't want to get too big. I don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't want to be muscle bound. I don't want to hurt myself in the gym. It's like, okay, just please stop the madness. Okay? Even doing a moderate to light, but safe resistance training program is going to help promote your testosterone levels. Okay? It's going to help promote your growth hormone levels too, okay? But estrogen, one of the things that makes it go crazy with the aromatase is eating a lot of sugar and too much carbs. So if we help a client by turning towards a proper training program, helping them naturally optimize their hormonal levels, and if they still have problems, we have professionals that we refer them to who can get the blood work done, do all the tests done. This is a very detailed personal training program, folks. I'm here to help people get results. This isn't pay me money really quick. Here's a training program. I'll show you a couple of times. See you later. I've taken your money. I don't operate like that, okay? I would rather work with less people who want to get the results than a whole bunch of people and give them half-assed attention. So resistance training, really eating the right kind of food at the right times, really paying attention to sugar. Too much sugar is very bad, folks. But there's ways to do it properly, and then there's ways to not do it. And when I talk to people, it's just one of these things where everyone has an opinion, but then you look at them and saying, like, do you really know what you're talking about? Like, yeah, I don't know. This is just weird. You know, like a mentor told me a long time ago, he said, look, if the world knew when to speak and when not to speak, we'd live in a much better world. Meaning, if you know what you're talking about, put your hand up and say something. If you don't, stop. Zip the mouth and just be quiet and listen. Estrogen, okay? Very important hormone, but we have to keep it in regulation. When women get older too, especially when they hit menopause, perimenopause, whatever, they can have problems. Some women have to go on estrogen supplementation with the guidance of a doctor and proper blood work, of course. We're big advocates of that. But it's very important, estrogen. But for a man, when you're getting older, it can be very nasty. And it's in this vicious cycle, and a lot of men, they just accept saying, well, I'm just getting older, so who cares? Well, but then with this comes more weight, then we start having problems with diabetes. We start having problems with cardiac issues, okay? So it's very important that we keep an eye on this and we actually take proper action to help people with that. If you have any questions, if you'd like a consultation, contact me through this Facebook page and the other contact info provided. Okay, let's be better, folks. We'll talk to you soon.